Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah barakatuh. Before we get started, can you guys make a quick dua for me, like right now, that this is finally going to be the recording that I actually am happy with? Because I keep recording these and deleting them. But welcome officially to the Becoming Her podcast. This has been honestly something I've been wanting to do for the longest time. And alhamdulillah, I finally am sitting down and recording. And yes, I'm deleting every single recording that I do, but I'm praying that this is going to be the one. So welcome to Becoming Her. I am your host. I'm going to be staying anonymous for the longevity of this podcast. Just, privacy reasons. Do not let that stray you away. So Becoming Her, what does Becoming Her mean to me? I actually started my self-improvement journey a few years ago. I would say it was 2023 and I had just turned 25, and the most common, 25 quarter life crisis happened to me. And I think I was just kind of confused. I had a lot of things, alhamdulillah, that I was blessed with. I had been married at that point. Things were going okay, but I think I was missing something deeper inside. And obviously religion, which I will definitely touch on throughout this podcast, and my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was something that I was not missing fully, but not nourishing and not working on. And I still think I struggle with that. I'm still working on that. But another major thing, obviously underneath that, was taking care of myself, self-improvement, leaning into my femininity, building the life I wanted, and something I always say, creating my dream life. I saw a quote somewhere, and it basically said, how you live your days is how you live your life. And that really hit me because I think a lot of us get stuck in this, I don't know if I want to call it hustle culture necessarily, but we get stuck in this mindset of Monday to Friday is work or school or whatever we need to get done. Monday to Friday suck. And then the weekend will be the time where I do the things I love. I'll go on that picnic, or I'll read that book I've been waiting to read, or I will go to the gym, or whatever it might be, whatever it is you're looking forward to. And girl, that's only 2 days of your week. That is only 2 days of your week. So if you're only living your life 2 days of your week, that's not okay. And of course, we can't all just quit our jobs, quit school, and, just fill Monday through Friday with our favorite hobbies and things you want to do. Realistically, a lot of us have responsibilities and things we have to do. So I started taking control, is what I like to call it, taking control of my days, taking control of my life, and building the life that I wanted. So that is something I want to teach. I don't know if teach is the right word, because I think I'm honestly still learning, but I've definitely gained a lot of experience within these last few years on being on this self-improvement journey. And I think I want to take what I've learned and share it, especially with the muslimah community. Of course, if you're not Muslim, these conversations and these topics and these episodes will be beneficial to you as well. But I'm really trying to tap into my muslimahs out there specifically, only because there's so much that comes into our day. And honestly, self-improvement ties in so well with Islam. Like even just the fact of our 5 prayers and the timing of them. Like, girl, we should be waking up at Fajr and going to bed at Isha. Let's be real. I don't even do it, but let's be real. That is the best way to be living. And so timing your life around prayers and building a routine throughout, using those as foundations for your day, honestly change your life. So things like monthly resets. And I know this is going to sound like a lot, but I'm going to get into it more in our future podcasts and kind of build slowly up into that point. But having monthly reset days. So one thing I love to do is at the end of a month, I plan for my next month. And so instead of just making annual goals that we low-key kind of forget about, sleep enough every day and go to the gym and blah, blah, blah. I do make annual goals for myself, but I then take those and break them down into more achievable monthly goals for myself or even weekly goals for myself. And I found by doing that, I'm much more likely to achieve my goals. So for example, I'll give one briefly, but I'll definitely have a whole podcast episode just about this. But one was for me to learn how to not how to speak, girl, that's maybe next year. Learn how to read Arabic. I don't have an Arabic background. I am Muslim, but I don't have an Arabic background. So I don't know how to read it. I don't know how to speak it. And I didn't really learn how to read it growing up, especially Quranic Arabic, which is what I'm specifically referring to with this goal. And so if I just wrote down that goal at the beginning of the year, and alhamdulillah, that's an amazing goal. Girl, go off. But if I wrote that goal down Oh, my cat's joining our podcast. If I wrote that goal down and closed my journal, moved on with my day, moved on with my life, honestly, December is going to roll around and I haven't learned how to read Arabic. Let's be real. So what I've chosen to do, for example, for that goal is break it down. So I, maybe make a goal for the first month, and this is a bit slower, but make the goal for January, find a place to learn how to read Arabic, find a place that is at the level that I'm, trying to learn at. And then in February, take my first class. And then in March, take another class. And let's say we take all our classes throughout the year, and towards the end of the year, we're already reading. But you have to break it down into smaller things. You can't just have a huge goal and then expect to reach it. It takes time and it takes effort, and it takes, small goals build up to big changes. And so that was just one example. I don't want to go on like a whole tangent because I'm trying to keep this, cute and short and intro-y, but that's a big one. Just goals, how to build goals, how to even figure out what goals you want. Another quote I heard the other day, and this one really hit me, like personally, currently where I'm at. And it was like, write down the top like 20 goals you have, 25 goals you have. And so you write them down, and then it said circle your top 5. Like, what are your 5 main focuses or main goals or main dreams you have? And then ignore everything else, because those are the ones getting in the way and distracting you from the goals you really want, which is kind of crazy, because isn't that kind of true? You have all these things you want to work on, I want to go to the gym and I want to learn how, I'm going to just talk about my own. I want to go to the gym. I want to learn how to read Quran. I want to be a clean girl. I want to like up my style. I want to hang out with my friends more. I want to go to bed early. I want to eat healthy. Like, you just have a million goals of things you want to work on. But is it really humanly possible to work on 25 things at a time? It's just not. And it would be tiring, to be honest. So picking those top 5 things you want to work on. And again, this could even come back to what I said, like our monthly goals, where it's like you pick your 5 and you focus on them for that month. And then maybe if you achieve that goal or it doesn't need to be worked on anymore, you can put in a new one. So goals is just something, building goals, habits, routines is something that I think is life-changing. And I really, really, really want to talk about that a lot. Another one is femininity. And so tapping into your feminine energy. There's so many things that kind of come into this, and this is like a journey that I'm still really working on and learning about, but just tapping into that feminine side of you. A lot of us have, which is perfectly fine, have built a lot of masculine traits just through taking care of ourselves and living life. Like you want to be independent, you want to take care of yourself, but learning that sometimes it's okay to have someone take care of you. And that doesn't necessarily mean a significant other. It definitely can mean that, but just saying yes to help when someone offers it. Like, we don't always have to be strong. We don't always have to be completely okay on our own. Like, it's okay to need people. It's okay to want to be around people and have those relationships. And even just like Islamically, community is such an important thing, and it's always talked about. And I think that goes with so many other things, like community, having a community. We don't all need to be by ourselves all the time. Now, having isolated time is definitely amazing, and that's when I reset and I think I grow the most and think about my goals and all those things. But having friendships and community and relationships and being able to rely on other people is actually, unfortunately, a big part of femininity. It's not just like wearing pink and bows and being cute, which of course that's part of it, but truly taking care of yourself from the inside out, leaning into those relationships, leaning in that side of yourself. And I really hope I'm making sense and I don't sound crazy right now, but I'm just kind of all over the place because there's so many things I want to talk about. But that's kind of the gist. That's kind of the energy and things I want to discuss and things I want to be talking about. I am still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still working on myself. And so I think it would also be really cool to have this journey together and, be where I'm at right now, and then see even in a year, inshallah, where that makes me end up and how much my life can change in a year, how much your life can change in a year. And so, yeah, that's me. That's my little welcome to my podcast spiel of becoming her. So we're going to work together, all of us, on becoming the best version of ourselves and becoming her. I am going to send you home with homework. Sorry, I'm that kind of teacher. I want you to pick one of the two things, or low-key do both, but one of the two things if you only have time for one. One is, if you're comfortable having social media, getting Pinterest and creating a board specifically called creating my dream life. Okay? Creating my dream life. And I want you over the next week, I honestly work on mine forever, but over the next few days, the next week, start adding images, pinning images to that board that is images of kind of things you would want to be. So for me, it's usually like, girls working out, drinking matcha, eating healthy, reading Quran, at the masjid with their friends, like pretty hijabi outfits, things like that. But yours could be completely different. So add pictures to that board called Creating My Dream Life. Please, I'm telling you, it's life-changing. Even if you ever are just off your goals or feeling discouraged, even just opening that board sometimes gives me inspiration. I'm like, yes, I am going to go to the gym. Like, this is what I want for myself. I want to be that person. So that's 1. 2 is on a piece of paper and pen or on your little iPad or whatever it might be. Put either like the year in the middle or your age in the middle, and then do like a brainstorming session of what the ideal version of yourself looks like. So I very frequently like to envision who the dream version of myself is. So an example of this would be for like my modesty and my modesty level. I am not 100% where I would like to be, but I'm working towards her. And so I'll write things down like, okay, the ideal version of myself seeks no validation from, outside beauty. Obviously outside of like my husband and myself and my people that can't see me. But when I'm leaving the house, like the ideal version of myself does not need that external validation. The ideal version of myself wears abayas every day. The ideal version of myself eats healthy and clean foods that knows makes me feel good. The ideal version of myself goes to the gym, 5 days a week. The ideal version of myself has a clean home. The ideal version of myself knows how to cook a lot of meals. It's like things like that, which kind of might be scary, but things that you wish to be. It could be as high level goals as you want, but just writing down what the ideal version of yourself is. And once you have those written down, it's going to help you to start trying to act like that. And it's always easier for me to explain with examples, but if you want to be a health and fitness queen, if you want to be in the gym, working out, like health and fitness is your thing, you need to start acting like that. You can't be doing what you're doing now and expect to overnight just become a health and fitness queen. You're going to have to do what a health and fitness queen does. So that means showing up for yourself at the gym. That means eating healthy, whatever that means to you. You need to act like the person you want to become. So if you want to be confident, and that whole fake it till you make it thing is low-key kind of facts. You need to act like the person you want to become. You need to act confident to become confident. You need to act like you go to the gym all the time and start going to the gym all the time, even if you don't, to become the person that goes to the gym all the time. And so, yes, those are my 2. I promise you if you do both, it's like the best, but at least do 1. Create that Pinterest board or create that brainstorming mini session. And I'm not sure what next week's episode is going to be yet, but it's going to be one of these topics of starting a routine, building habits. Honestly, it might have to be my monthly reset because that is one of my favorite things I do of all time. I literally look forward to the end of the month to start my monthly reset. So most likely we're going to be talking about our monthly routines. I'm so excited to officially have this out. Inshallah, I'm going to post it. Guys, if I don't post this, you really need to be mad at me. And inshallah, I post this. Inshallah, this is the first official episode of the Becoming Her podcast. And inshallah, we all grow together. May Allah make it easy for all of us to continue to grow on ourselves, build ourselves, improve ourselves, tap into that femininity and whatever other goals we may have. And that is all for today. Sorry, this episode is short, but I want to keep it kind of short and sweet, Yeah, that's everything for today. Yeah, may Allah protect all of you. And Assalamu alaikum. I will see you in the next podcast next week, inshallah.